Happy Easter everyone and welcome back to the Greg Guide. Today we're going to be breaking down the Space Jam 2, A New Legacy trailer. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs, Warner Brothers Easter eggs. And yeah, I'm not going to know any of them. I'm not, I don't know a lot of them. So I'll just I'll point out the ones that I know and that are very obvious to me. So I don't know all of them. Try and find another YouTuber. I'm just breaking this down from my perspective. And yeah, I'll be also telling you what the plot of this movie is. And yesterday, I was going to do this yesterday, but yesterday I actually haven't seen the Space Jam, the first Space Jam. So I watched that yesterday, and now I'm watching I'm breaking down the trailer for Space Jam 2, A New Legacy. So it first starts off with a shot of LeBron James' house, because well, if you don't know, in the first Space Jam movie, the basketball player was Michael Jordan, and well, it was kind of like inside the Earth. There was a Looney Tunes world. This time they're taking more of a technology approach, and I get to that later. He's also talking to his son, and he wants his son to play basketball, but he doesn't want to play basketball. He wants to do other stuff like play video games, and that's also what I want to do. You also have, behind LeBron James, you have Marvin the Martian, so you can see that's a pretty cool Easter egg, and they're in the Warner Brothers office. They're probably just talking about like upcoming movie or something. They also go into an elevator, and well, the floor numbers change to AG, which is LG, which is Don Cheadle's character in this movie. And you can there's also this sort of like server room, which is probably the place where they keep all the Warner Brothers movies or something. And his son walks into a ball and gets teleported away. He also stands next to the ball that sucked his son in, and it looks like a golf ball. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that's a reference to the golf ball. I might not, but it looks like a golf ball to me. He then gets sucked in, and he also says, "What in the Matrix hell?" Because Matrix reference, and there are Matrix reference in this film. We do see that there is, like, each Warner Brothers IP is in this serververse, sort of like not an MCU. That's a different IP. That's a different company. But there's like this there's Game of Thrones, like Game of Thrones planet. So probably each sort of world has their own Game of Thrones. No, not Game of Thrones. Have their own planet. He then goes to the Wizard of Oz, where you can see the Green Crystal City. I think that's what it's called. I told you I'm not the biggest nerd in the world of this stuff. There's also he gets sucked into a tornado, which is pretty cool. And we see Don Chi and this AI master. He's like the king of this server world. And well, to get his son back, he needs to play a game of basketball. But also you can see on this little, as he gets sent down, you can see this little blue robot character, and you can see that there's this little spin thing where it says Neptune on it, and you can see Hogwarts from the Harry Potter franchise, and you see Orbit City. There's also Mars, and eventually it lands on Toon World, which is the Looney Tunes. He then falls into the Looney Tunes planet through a sort of like Looney Tunes sort of intro, and he lands in the cartoon world where his dust, like there's a shockwave that goes out, and you can see that it's like this dust cloud makes a basketball go through a hoop. Pretty cool touch there. You also see many different planets. There's Gotham and Metropolis. Pretty cool thing with the Batmobile. And also he writes down people that he wants in his team. You got Superman, Gandalf, King Kong, and the Iron Giant. You see 3 and 4 in the trailer. Then you also see, well, as he's listening to stuff, Bugs Bunny is just like, are you serious you're going to be able to get like King Kong and those people? And he's also wearing Marvin the Martian's helmet. And then he brings up all the people in the, who was in the last Space Jam movie, like Lola Bunny, the Tasmanian Devil. You also see the big teen-up training session sort of thing, and Lola Bunny's taking the place of it and, like, well, coaching the game because she knows how to play the game. Then with Daffy Duck, he tells Yosemite to shoot the ball, and, well, he also shoots Daffy Duck, which is Looney Tunes world, and if you know in the last one, literally anything can happen, you can't get hurt. You also see it during like probably this is where he's gonna transform, and he's got this little band that says Promise on, so that's probably gonna be a sort of plot point in the film, and he changes into his human form. We also see Bugs Bunny turn into his human form. Well, he's not a human, I mean it's like CGI animated form. And he's also wearing the original Toon Squad uniform. So you can also see that there is the Mystery Machine, where Scoob is pointing his head out of the window, and we also see the Iron Giant, which they're all running to see this basketball game. It's the biggest basketball game of the century. We also see Evil Scientist, which is a reference to Looney Tunes, where this building would pop up. You can also see that there's Jabberjaw, Yogi Bear, the Flintstones. There's also Caveman. I don't really know his name. You also see that there's characters from the Smallfoot franchise, which is pretty cool. That film didn't really do that well. You also see the Jetsons in the background. Next you see King Kong coming in, and there's planes that he fights in the original, I think. And Kong coming in, screaming in the camera. Do we see Godzilla? Is there going to be a Godzilla mini battle between Godzilla and Kong? We also see Donji's character Algie just scream, and we also see behind him Pennywise, a character from an agent from the Matrix, with the flying monkey from the Wizard of Oz. We'll then see this Algie TV sort of drone thing. He owns the place, so he's gotten his own TV thing. We also see this person called Penelope Pitstop right in the corner from the Dick Dastardly, and you see the dinosaur from the Flintstones. There's also the people from the Scooby-Doo franchise. You also see this thing with followers, and there's a plot in the film which I don't really know why this is. That Algie gets, if Michael Jordan loses, then Algie gets his very own. He gets his Michael Jordan's followers. So the next one we see this sort of team up sort of scene. LeBron James is not in his really he's not in his Toon Squad. He's not in the Toon Squad outfit. You also see the Jetsons again and the Jabberjaw. In the last one, these monsters actually took the talent from the NBA players and became more big. And, well, that's what their villains were. Now this time, Algie has teamed up these sort of NBA and WNBA players, and they have this silver ball sort of thing. So there's this guy with these eagle wings, this robot sort of guy, there's this snake sort of lady, a spider person, and a water man. We have also a fire person. And Daffy Duck's jaw has just dropped. You can also see that there is the penguin from the you can also see there's Danny DeVito's penguin and a penguin from another version of the penguin from Batman villain, and you can see Jim Carrey's mask. You can also see that blue guy that we saw again earlier on in the trailer. You can also see there's sort of the water guy, and these characters, this sort of like characters are called the Goon Squad. You also see Mystery Inc. again. They pop up a lot. You also see Lola Bunny wink at you for all the people that. Yeah, here's Lola Bunny winking for you. You can also see in this little funny moment, you could say, is it a funny moment with Grandma and stuff? You can see that there is Blue Falcon with the Robo Dog from Scoob Movie. Scoob Movie wasn't that great. You can also see Mr. Ink again and Captain Caveman. I did call him Caveman Guy, but he's called Captain Caveman. And also the Grandma scores they score points, and yeah, she got a senior discount and 30 points. So it's gonna be this sort of game system. So yeah, that's all it is. Space Jam looks like a really fun movie. I think they're gonna put this into like a franchise or something, which I'm really excited for. I'm really excited to see this. You can tell. So that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe, please. I would really appreciate it. And also, comment down below Space Jam 3, and then come up with just come up with a title for Space Jam 3. So yeah, if you got any theories for, I don't know how you're gonna theorize what Mephisto's in this show, right? No, it's a movie. Mephisto's in the movie.